What's going on, you guys? My name is Matt, and in this video, I'm going to share my thoughts on Optimus, how things are going, what I'm personally doing with my investment into Optimus, and I also want to talk about this new partnership that they announced recently on the James Pelton AMA. That when they announced it, I kind of felt like it was a bit of a flop. People were kind of like, oh, okay, this is the announcement. But I don't think people understand the brevity of this partnership and what it actually brings to the table and what it actually means about Optimus. So I'm going to cover that in this video as well. For those of you who aren't familiar with Optimus, I'm going to link my Optimus explainer video up in the card right now so you could check out what it is and what they offer. But essentially, you can earn 1% off of your OPT3 token. So whatever amount you invest and purchase OPT3, you earn 1% off of that. The thing that separates them from every other ROI protocol like this is, number one, there's no lockup period. Your capital is free. In times like this, more than ever, you want to have access to your capital. You don't want big lockup periods where you're not going to ROI for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, or maybe you might not ever ROI. You want to have that freedom. So you can earn 1% a day, but you're not locked in. Now add to that there are no trading fees, there's no buy or sell fee. And this is something that the team doesn't even talk about. And I've talked to DeFi Dude and I said, listen, man, you don't even mention the fact that you guys don't take dev fees. You guys, that's pretty much unheard of that you don't take a dev fee. The team actually makes their money by the project succeeding, just like you and I do as investors. I actually like that a lot because they have skin in the game. They need it to work for them to acquire wealth. Because one thing I've noticed about DeFi Dude and Tuna and Rusty is one of their greatest things about them is they're not salesmen. Like you listen to that AMA, there's no salesmanship going on. They're not trying to pump anybody up. So it's like, wow, these guys are down to earth. But the other problem about those guys is they're not salesmen-y. So like they aren't selling the great points about their protocol enough, in my opinion. Also, this seems like a great time for me to say that I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm giving you my honest feedback and thoughts about Optimus, and I'm just laying it out there for you guys to take that information, make your own decisions, and we'll just leave it at that, okay? Also, just to clear up any confusion, I'm not actually a part of the core Optimus team. I'm an investor into the project just like you are. However, I do make the Optimus Academy videos that you can check out here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's loaded with tons of great content that explains everything about Optimus. And if you have any questions, that's a great place to start. So if I pull up the chart on OPT3, you're going to see a chart that looks nice and steady and beautiful. And that's because of the AI bots that Optimus has that are proprietary, that are trading the OPT3 token, and it keeps it in a nice, beautiful pattern. But if you notice what happened here, something drastically different happened and there was a massive sell-off. So what caused this? Now, if you guys are in the community, you already know it was a myriad of different outside forces that caused this. Well, one of those things was another YouTuber that made a video that basically was calling out Optimus and saying, you guys, they're lying, like this is wrong. You need to be scared about this. Look at this. This is wrong. And that created a lot of fear in the investors. If you team that up with what happened with FTX, and all the scandal and whatever they have going on there, that happened. Bitcoin just started tumbling from, 18, 19,000 down to touching 15,000. Now we're sitting at 16,000. So all of those factors working together caused this massive sell-off. Now that we understand that, let's talk about why this is actually super bullish for Optimus. Number one, I've been in several projects that had sell-offs like this, and especially deep in a bear market. If this happens to 99% of projects, they're done. Like they're not even going to be around. So the fact that they actually rebounded from that and they're working their way back up to the trading range that they were in previously, to me, that says a couple different things. It says something is different about Optimus. Something is different about the community, which that's another thing. In my opinion, community, a base of raving fans is one of the hardest things to actually cultivate in crypto. If you see a successful project out there, it's everything's on chain, right? So you can fork the code, you can create a new project, give it a brand new name, but what you cannot fork is a community. And I think that's one of the most underrated things that people don't account for when they're trying to grow a project is, how do you build a community? Well, to me, this is showing me some amazing resilience in the community of Optimus, that they're not just fly-by-night investors. They actually believe in the protocol. So I see the beginnings of a community, a strong community being built and birthed out of this. Now, straight away, let's be real. Did I like seeing this happen? Absolutely not. Did any of us know that the bots had something in it called preservation mode? No, we didn't. And that would have been nice to have known that. But, am I glad that they had it? They were able to preserve all their capital. They went into this preservation mode. The bots didn't waste all their money trying to protect this and stop the sell-off. They let it happen. And it's basically been gently assisting the price ever since, stable out. And now they're actually in a better place than they've ever been, instead of being on thin ice because they were trying to just blindly hold a floor amongst all that sell pressure. And I also will say this, if you can approach everything by asking the question, where's the opportunity here? Then you can turn any situation into good. And in this situation, I almost was able to double my bag by selling and buying back and trading the range of this thing, trying to accumulate more tokens. And again, that's my personal convictions about the project. You guys may have other convictions and you may have sold and you may be out, and that's great. You guys have to do what you feel good about. And that's totally fine because there's still risk in Optimus. And I say that because there's no such thing as a high reward without a high risk. Those two are correlated, because if there was just high reward with no risk, well, everybody would be getting that high reward, and that high reward would be diluted because everyone would be getting it. There wouldn't be able to be a high reward. Does that make sense? So there's a correlation between risk and reward that you guys have to understand. So when I'm telling you the things that I like what I'm seeing about Optimus, I'm not saying it's risk-free. Like, as you can see, it's not risk-free. But overall, I think this is healthy for the project moving forward, because a lot of the big holders, they were able to exit their positions. People that weren't true believers, they rode this up from the beginning. They had deep pockets in here. And this is sort of a rebalancing. And this is kind of natural for this to happen. And I think it probably only results in a stronger user base and protocol moving forward. And you guys just have to factor in what's going on a macro scale in the markets in general. Like, if we go to the fear and greed index, you guys, it's extreme fear right now. Like, people are not risk on right now with their investments. They're actually looking to remove the risk. They're taking money off the table. With everything that happened with FTX, everyone's pulling all of their funds off centralized exchanges. They're taking it back into cash, into their bank accounts. So the idea that this is all happening, Bitcoin's sitting down at 16, threatening to go down to 11,000, something like that. And then you see these people that are still putting their money into something that's risky or something that has inherent risk because of the inherent upside. I think this says a lot to me, right? Because people are literally taking their money and running in most situations and in most cases. When you see this, like, that's enough to freak somebody out big time. That usually kills projects. Like, down to zero, they're not recovering. So this is what the investors have done. And you see that the technology inside the bot is pretty smart. It has tons of money in the reserves. It's gently taking the price back up. Now, I don't know if it's going to sit here at $1 forever, or I just noticed this trend line. I thought this was kind of interesting. If it followed this trend line and got back up into the trading range gently, little by little every day, that would mean by the end of the month, like November 29th, we might see it back into the range. So that's just a speculation. I have no idea if that's how it's working, but I thought that was a little bit interesting. So this is what the community has done. With the intelligence of the bots and the resilience of the community, here we stand at $1.01. But what's even more bullish that everyone is overlooking is the partnership that they announced with truth seekers. The video that came out against them, that brought all these accusations against them, instead of running and hiding, instead of turning their backs on the investors and rugging and leaving, they said to themselves, okay, how do we systematically dismantle all of those accusations to show people that they're not true? And how do we provide more transparency to our investor base? Because that's what everybody wants. Right now, transparency is king in DeFi. The person who can provide the most transparency, in my opinion, is going to win. Truth seekers, whose pre-sale is happening December 2nd, they're not even launched yet, and they've already landed two of the biggest projects in DeFi for their auditing service. And now they've partnered with OPT3 in a unique way with their Wallet Watcher app. But these guys are aiming to be the top crypto security company in the world, not just in DeFi, but in the world. So my question that I have for everyone is, why would a project that has something to hide, i.e. all these allegations, run to the top crypto security company in the world and say, hey, we invite you to take a look at our code. We invite you to watch our bot wallets and make them public so people can see them. Are you guys seeing how bullish this is? If someone is stealing or they're intending to steal, why would they run to the police if you're picking up what I'm putting down? They wouldn't. So does this mean nothing bad could ever happen? No, but I'm just saying you have to look at what's being done here. They went and found the premier crypto security company that's currently out, that's endeavoring to change the space and make it safer. And they said, hey, we have nothing to hide. Let's work together. So that's why you guys should understand the brevity and how powerful this partnership can be moving forward. Number one, the audit was already completed by truth seekers and came back squeaky clean. Whatever things that they had that were questionable, the team fixed it. They worked together And you can read all about it here. I'll have that linked in the video description for you to check out for yourself. And secondly, they're addressing the other big question that everybody has is like accusing them of not having bots. Well, they told truth seekers, hey, why don't you guys monitor our bot wallets so that people can see them? They can see how much money's in there. They can see money coming in and money coming out. So to me, I think this is a very great partnership. So I look at this chart and I think, okay, there's definitely work to do to get back to this range. But because of all the reasons we just talked about, I feel optimistic personally about Optimus. So right now I'm staying invested. I'm enjoying the 1% a day. I am taking profits because I feel like this project could be around for a long time. Now, if everybody in the community and the sentiment changed, my opinion is no project could withstand that, right? So the community is super powerful. The sentiment that everybody holds on whether they think Optimus is a good project or not is very important because the only thing that shifted right here, the only difference that shifted was people's mindsets about the project. So, you can't deny that it doesn't matter if a project is working or not, if they have good fundamentals or not. If every investor is convinced otherwise in their mind and dumps the token, it doesn't matter. So these steps for Optimus and the team, having some AMAs, trying to address all the FUD, trying to provide transparency with this Truth Seekers partnership, I think it's a great step in the right direction. So those are my thoughts on Optimus and what's going on and the overall sentiment of the project and where things are headed. I also wanted to let you know that I have a free Telegram group called the 0 to 100K Project that I'll have that link down below, but I want to invite you to join it. It's basically like a mastermind of people that are all moving toward the same goal, a goal of making $100,000 a month in passive income and literally changing their financial lives forever. So join the Telegram group and also like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm on a personal mission to change my life forever, and I want to take as many people with me as I possibly can. I love you guys. You're amazing, and I'll see you in the next video.